All right, greetings, YouTube. This is Beautiful Mind. This question comes in from, this is pre-cal, on just evaluating functions at given values and finding the inverse. So say we're given the f of x equal to x cubed minus 1. Okay, so at one point, so let's go ahead and find f inverse. So what we do, first we replace f of x with y, right, to find the inverse. Then we switch the x and the y, so x and y switch places. And then, so we'll get x equals y cubed minus 1, then we solve for y. So if I add 1, we're going to get y cubed equals x plus 1. And then take the cube root on both sides. So cube root, those are going to cancel. Then our y is going to be cube root x plus 1. So this is our f inverse. Okay. Domain and range of the original are both all reals, so the domain and range of the inverse here should be all reals as well. Okay, so then if we're doing part A, if we want to define f of negative 1, all we do is rewrite f of x, put a blank parentheses for each x. So we're going to say x cubed minus 1. But what goes in the blank parentheses this time is that blue part there. So negative 1 goes in for x. So then negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 is negative 1 minus 1, because negative 1 to the third means multiply by itself 3 times. So that result is going to be negative 1, and then the final result there is going to be negative 2 for part A, which confirms what you have. Then part B, we want to do f inverse of negative 2. Okay. So in part B, when x is negative 2. So f inverse, we have the cube root of x plus 1. Notice wherever there was an x, I put a blank set of parentheses. What goes into the blank parentheses this time is the negative 2. Okay, so then this is going to be the cube root of negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Cube root of negative 1 is negative 1. Let's see. We want to do f of f inverse of 666. All right. Ooh. So what this means composition or composite functions. We'll say compose. So this is not multiplication. Okay. And so what this means is the second function inside the first function. So this means f of f inverse of 666. Okay. So f inverse is what's going inside of f of x. So what we're going to do is start with f of x, which is x cubed minus 1. So I'm just going to I'm going to rewrite f inverse. So this means f of, what is f inverse? Is the cube root of x plus 1. So f inverse is the cube root of x plus 1. But what's x in this case is the 666. Okay, so now to go further, we just rewrite f of x, which is x cubed minus 1. So this is going to be x cubed minus 1, but what goes in place of the x cubed is this part here. I'm going to copy and paste, and actually, let me undo. So that all goes in here. Okay, so now we just simplify. You got cube root and cube, so they're going to cancel each other. So then we have 666 plus 1 minus 1, which is just 666. Okay. So this is the kind of work I would be looking for with a question like this. First, find the inverse, and then use it to evaluate these three functions. All right, so with that, we will end the session here, and from one beautiful mind to another, enjoy the rest of your day. So if you are still there, if you like what you see, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And, donations of any size are greatly appreciated in the link in the description.